Good morning. Before we go into the Q&A, just like to cover a few items. Number one, the Black Nazarene is back home safe after terror threats. Despite possible threats of violence from various groups, thousands of Catholic devotees guided the centuries-old image of the Black Nazarene safely back to its home before dawn on Tuesday. Doors closed at 3:30 a.m. this morning. Also, the fourth quarter 2016 social weather survey conducted on December 3 to 6 via face-to-face interviews with 1,500 adults nationwide with sampling error margins of plus or minus 3 points for national percentages and plus or minus 4 for balanced Luzon, as well as plus or minus 6 points each for Metro Manila. Visayas and Mindanao found 73% of respondents satisfied with the national government, 12% dissatisfied, and 15% undecided, yielding a net satisfaction rating of 60 plus 61%, classified by Social Weather Survey as very good. Also, Pulse Asia survey showing President Duterte as the most trusted government official in the Philippines continues to serve as a source of inspiration to the president and his official family. President Duterte remains, as the survey showed, the president's trust and approval ratings are at the high of 83%. All right. Also, we may be able to share with you just a detail from the cabinet meeting last night that there were, from the DOTR, Department of Transportation, ongoing details of the feasibility study by DOTR and NEDA regarding the target completion, with the target completion by the end of January, is for the possible implementation of the Tagum-Davao-Digos segment of the railway station, of the railway project in Mindanao. So that's a bit of inspiration. We'd be open to questions and answers. Thank you.
MPC questions? Maricel Halili, TV5.
Sir, just to follow up on the cabinet meeting,
Yes.
Did you discuss about the issue on LENILEAKS?
No. There was no discussion there. And if there was any pull aside, I was not privy to it.
But what was the reaction of the president when he learned about the issue on LENILEAKS?
It was not mentioned at all. Not during the cabinet meeting.
How about, sir, the visit of Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe? Was
What
it
ab-
discussed?
There was a presentation. He'll be here on Thursday. And there'll be a state dinner, state lunch, I think. State dinner. All
In
right.
Malacan.
I think there'll be details. But he'll be here on Thursday, and he'll be in Davao on Friday.
And what do we expect to gain from the visit of the Prime Minister, sir?
There are at least two major things. There will be meetups with business sectors, both in Manila and in Davao. Okay. Thank you.
Follow up on Abe or other issue?
Yes.
Cedric Castillo.
Sir, yung opening statement mo, sir, you said that despite the threats from various groups,
Possible threats.
possible threats, yes.
Possible
Sir,
threats.
but General Bato, I believe, said earlier na parang they just came up with the it was a make believe. Parang they invented the supposed threats para lang daw magkaroon ng vigilance. I don't know from the pero hindi ba, sir, parang medyo confusing yung statement na the palace is acknowledging the threats pero si PNP
No,
naman.
let me clarify. I said, despite the possible threats. Okay. So whether it was invented or not, I'm not privy to inventions.
Thank you, sir.
Marlon Ramos.
Sir, since the cabinet and the president did not discuss the supposed leaked emails involving the supporters of Vice President Robredo,
Yes.
is it reflective of the sincerity, the gravity of those accusations? I mean, ibig ba sabihin the palace and even the president did not give or is not taking those accusations too seriously? That's
It's a-
why.
I suppose that they're no, not that they're not being taken seriously. We're just saying that any of these things, or should be any and all of these things, are to be taken with concern. However, it has not reached the level of gravity to be discussed in cabinet level.
Sir, previously, sir, the Secretary of the National Defense repeatedly said that there's no such thing as a plot to unseat the president. At this time, a very popular president. Does the palace or some of it, at least some of its officials, believe in what some bloggers are writing than the information given by a top government official like Secretary Lorenzana?
So, what is your question?
I mean, the information about the supposed leak came from two bloggers
Okay.
who are saying that there was a person who told them that there's an open Yahoo group.
All right.
So, but the defense secretary has repeatedly mentioned that there's no such thing as a plan to topple the Duterte administration. Between po dun sa dalawang information, which do you believe more? the information from the bloggers or official communication from the
Well,
Secretary of National Defense?
Let's put it this way: everything has to be carefully considered and fact-based, evidence-based. It's not my position to be giving my opinion. To run a government, you must be fact-based, fact and evidence-based. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
just on the reported travel of the president to
Yes.
China
Yes.
to visit the cancer hospital.
Yes. I think, let me go by the statement of Special Assistant Go. He said he's 100% sure that there was no outside travel during the Christmas holidays.
Was it mentioned last night during the cabinet meeting?
No, it was not mentioned at all.
Okay, thank you, Marlon. JP Bencito.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Yes.
Sir, was the president briefed about the DIWM, the Daulatul Islamia group that replaced the AKP? Sir, was the president informed about this new developments in jihadist groups? What was his immediate reactions, and anong ginagawa po ng palasyo to counter this immediate terror
If you're
threats?
asking if he was briefed during the cabinet meeting, that was not mentioned. However, he has his own briefings. He has his national security agency briefings, so he may have been. If there's anything at all, if there's any validity to those reports, he may have been informed about it already.
Sir, on the SSS lang po.
Yes.
Sir, a cabinet official, si Secretary Piñol, was mentioning na the president was somehow considering reforms to be instituted in the SSS. Was he referring to the pension hike, sir? Or
There are two items that need. First, I think I may, as far as I know. Do I talk about it? I can mention. No. No, I will announce. There is a 4 o'clock press conference with the president. However, let me just mention, just for you, there are two, from the point of view of the president, from the point of view of government, one is fulfilling social contract, and the other is exercising fiscal responsibility. Details will be provided by the president later.
Okay. JP,
sir, mabilis lang pong follow-up.
Opo.
So, between those two ideas, sir, which is prevalent, alin yung mabigat for the president or for the government?
That is for the president to decide. Thank you.
Reo.
On a
To be
safer,
followed by Ruth.
on a safer topic, sir. Yung I'll just get some more details on Prime Minister Abe's visit. What
Yes.
kinds of agreements do we plan or do we expect from the visit here?
The details will have to come from the FA, but
Kahit yung field lang po, agriculture, drugs.
basically talk about regional issues, business, counterterrorism, stuff like that.
Sir, what will Prime Minister Abe do in Davao? Why does he have to fly there?
Apparently, they have struck a certain resonant chord between the two of them, and apparently, the Prime Minister Abe wants to visit the president's house. So it's interesting.
Okay. Thank you, Dreo. Ruth?
Hi, sir. I just want to confirm report po na President Duterte has invited Cebu mayors po to go to Malacanang tomorrow. And has it something to do with the president's statement yesterday na his next step is to have an executive meeting with the mayors and let them see for themselves if included sila sa drug list, and if included man, he said na he would either kill them or let them resign.
I have not seen the appointments list. Thank you.
Okay. Tina, Cedric. Last two questions na, si Cedric and then Tina Mendez.
Sir, good afternoon. Sir, si Secretary Piñol was quoted over the radio early this morning regarding the President's order to DFA Secretary Yasay to inform the Indian Embassy about clampdown on Indian nationals providing 5-6 to our nationals. Can you please confirm and expound on it?
Is this something that Secretary Piñol is supposed to have stated publicly?
Yes, please.
I think there may be some discussion regarding that matter. Thank you.
Sa cabinet meeting raw, sir.
Did he make a report? Did Sec Piñol
Yes.
make a report?
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's take a statement on that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Benji Liwanag.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yes.
Sir, is it true, can you confirm na in-invite na ni Pangulong Duterte si incoming US President Trump for the ASEAN 2017?
That I do not really know. It was not talked about at all, especially during the cabinet meeting yesterday.
Sir, sino pa ho yung iba pang mga na-invite if hindi tayo private doon kay incoming President?
For the ASEAN?
Oh, yes, sir.
DFA did not talk about that last night.
So it's the DFA, sir?
Yes,
who's
it's
sending all
usually the
the
DFA's call.
invitations.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Last question, Vance.
Yes.
Hi, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that President will appoint OIC to replace overstaying barangay chairwoman or chairman? If it's so, is this related to the war on drugs?
Let's refer that to the DILG. Thank you very much. Good
So,
afternoon.
last question lang daw
Yes,
si Cedric. Cedric,
Cedric, yes.
Cedric, sige.
Sir, on another matter lang, sir. Kasi there's a viral video from the BIA, yung firing squad execution po. The BIAF has already claimed responsibility and authenticated the video, sir. And in fact, they're saying na parang it happened last year, it happens every now and then sa kanila, sir. Given the status of the BIAF or the MLF as a rebel organization, how should the government act on this, sir?
It's something to be discussed with the security cluster. Okay, so it's not for me to talk about it at this stage. Okay.
Thank you, Cedric.
Sir,
Thank you, Malacanang
sir,
Press
may-
Corps.
Sir, may
sige.
isa lang mabilis sa ASEAN. Sir, may ministers meeting din ba on Davao?
There's going to be a launching.
And then after po ng launching, may ministers meeting po.
We'll check on that. We'll give you back the answer. Thank you.
Okay,
sir.
thank you, Malacanang.